Anything special?
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. I appreciate it, man. We on the road. We on the road to 100K. We less than 35K away. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's grind. Let's go, man. You know, tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell them something about what we got going on over here, man. I appreciate all my subscribers, all the people who leave me comments, all the people who like the video, share the video. I appreciate you, man. Big love, big love. And big shout out to my man, Young Mo Life. Y'all go check him out. His new album just dropped last night. You know, Real One. That's a soldier right there. That's my little bro. So y'all go check him out. Check out his music. He has great music. With that being said, man, I know I was undecided at the beginning of this video what I was gonna name it, but I know what was gonna be in the title. So according to what y'all see in the title, man, I guess y'all already know this one right here is gonna be kind of informative for people who ain't been incarcerated. So I wanted to touch on this because, you know, as always, came up in conversation. But porn in prison, you know, is there any such thing as porn in prison, or what is porn in prison, or what role do porn play in prison? You know, I guess it's like out here in the street, it plays a major role, you know. When I first got locked up, I can remember, you know, like I spoke about it in real earlier videos, I believe. When I first got locked up, man, they actually had porn on TV, man. They had a porn station, right, on TV. When I was at Augusta, they had a porn station. And I can remember when I first got on the institution and I was in the cell. I was in the cell with a dude from D.C. And I can remember the first night he was just like talking to me in regular conversation because I had got there earlier that day. And he was saying like, yeah, man, you know, the movies come out tonight, man. You know, because they was showing them like, I think it was like 2-3 times a week. So he was like, yeah, the movies come on tonight, man. Just let me know, man, you want to watch it or something, you know, just let me know, man, and I go out the room, man, give you your time, woo, woo. So I'm like, huh? You know, I ain't really understand the concept of what he was saying. So I was like, yeah, it's all good, man. I don't, you know, you can watch movies, you know, whatever you watch, you can watch. You know, I had my TV at his TV. So he was like, yeah, I'm just, you know, just touching base with you, you know, because, you know, you knew in the cell with somebody, so you're trying to get some type of rapport, some type of understanding, some type of cell etiquette, you know. And I can remember I was laying in there asleep, man, because usually when you go on transportation, that's how you get transferred. We call it transportation. You know, you in a long bus ride, you know, you mentally drained, you physically drained. Me, my wrists would always swell up from having the handcuffs on them too long. So, you know, I was kind of tired. And I can remember when the movies came on, man, and I'm laying up there in the bunk and I'm asleep and I can hear, you know, little oohs and ahs and I'm like, what in the world, you know, going on up in here? So I'm getting ready to get up and, you know, you know, what's happening, you know? And man, I roll over and pull the blanket down, man. I look at the TV, man, and that's what I saw. Now, I'm on Augusta, so you're talking about Southampton receiving, the wall, and Augusta. So I ain't been nowhere to see none of this since I've been locked up. You know, in the jail, I ain't seen none of this. So just to see it, and it was just like right there live and in person, man, it was just like crazy to see porn, you know, being so far removed away from the outside world and, actual, sexual contact or whatnot, to see that, man, it was just like crazy, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, what? I said, what they got on here? He said, yeah, man, that's what I was telling you, man, the movies come on. I was like, man, I ain't know they show these type of movies. He was like, yeah, man, you want some privacy, man. I go on out, man. Whoa. I'm like, yeah, okay. okay, you know what I'm saying? So that was crazy, man. So I remember that. And unfortunately for me and probably a lot of other people, it didn't last long once I got there, because they had this big campaign going on with all the Christian dudes was saying take it off, you know what I'm saying, take it off the TV. They ain't want to see it, and they ain't want it on there, and for whatever reasons, da 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 da. So man, by them making so much noise about it, the people end up dispersing with it. They got rid of it. They took it off. Man, dudes was ready to beat all them Christians up, man. They was ready to beat all of them up, man. I'm telling you, man. They had a whole thing against them then, man. And dudes was screaming on them, man. Christian dudes was getting beat up. You know what I'm saying? Getting punched in the mouth, and I mean, some of them probably had nothing to do with it, but that's what was happening. That was the result of that. The dudes was mad. Dudes was but it didn't do no good because they ain't bring it back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they was mad at him, man. And dudes was saying, all the Christian dudes, yeah, y'all probably Christians. Y'all Christians now because you won't eat Christians on the street. Y'all came in here. Y'all the ones that got all the molesting charges. Y'all the ones that's out there doing all the freaky stuff. Then y'all come in here and want to be all religious. Y'all hiding. I mean, it was just a big thing, man. It was a mess, and it went on for a minute, man. To say the least, the Christian dudes won't say for a minute on Augusta, man. And they won't say for a minute, man. But throughout my entire incarceration, though, like I say, porn or porn material is in high demand in prison, man. I mean, in high demand. I can remember being in the jail, man. In the jail, it was like Playboy books, man. Hustler books. If you had a Playboy book or a Hustler book, you know what I'm saying, you could sell it for probably 4 to 5 times what it was worth. If it cost $10, you probably could sell it for 50. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what it was. A Hustler book, you might could sell it for, if it cost 10, you might could sell it for $75. Because dudes, needed that material, to take care of whatever they had to take care of. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy. And then as I got, further in the system, books started appearing that I didn't even know existed. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know these type of books existed. But they had books like, straight porn books, man, where they would actually have if you could pull up any porn movie, it's also transferred into a book. You know what I'm saying? Where each scene is in the book. So as if you looking through the book, you're actually watching the whole porn movie, man. They call those books, I think it was called Video Illustrated. And those books in prison, man, sold for $150, $175. Where you probably could get on the street for like $12.50, and they sold in there like hotcakes, man. COs used to bring them in, because they was making so much overhead on them. They getting so much money for bringing them in. Yeah, they getting paid for bringing them in, man. They getting big money, man. Dude might tell you to go get him or bring him in 5 books, and 5 books might, be the equivalent to, on the street, probably like $50, $60 or whatever, and dude might give him $300, and so to him, he looking at it like it's a come up, because of the situation is, even if he get caught, it ain't no drugs, it ain't no, great felony and nothing. It's wrong because he bringing something on the compound that's illegal that don't supposed to be on there. But in his eyes, it's the come up. He looking at the money. What I can make, and then what the risk is, the risk versus the money factor. And man, I'm telling you, they was bringing them in, man, and dudes would get them, and they would take them and look at them, and they'll sell and do whatever they want to do with them. And then some dudes would rent them out. They would rent the book out to you, $20 for a couple of hours, or whatever the situation may be, or rent it to you overnight for $25 or something like that. Or they would just sell the books and make the overhead. You know, if they had a video illustrated, especially a black video illustrated or something like that, man, that book, they sell that book for 150. Some of them, some camps I've been on, they sell them for $200. You know, so dudes is buying them. You know what I'm saying? Dudes is buying them because, like I say, the need is there. You know what I'm saying? Supply and demand. They need it. You know what I'm saying? Dudes that won't doing all that foolishness. This is, you know, this is the route that they may go. And yeah, so it's always been big business in prison, man. Big business. And then they'll come by, man. Dudes is slick. They'll come by sometime for the shakedowns and stuff. They be looking for, you know, regular stuff. But if they run across the book and find the book, and they know the book is illegal, it all depends on who the officer was. He might take it and confiscate it, or he may let you have it. Some dudes, man, will take the book, man, and, you know, laminate it, make a different cover on the front of it so you don't see the cover, you don't know what it is. You actually have to look the book, open the book up and flip through the pages, which a lot of them was so lazy they wouldn't do anyway. So dudes will alter the cover of the book, so when they come in, they just glance at it and keep it moving. So, you know, slick, man, you know, dudes are slick in there. They gonna come up with a way, out of no way. They gonna find a way. And man, I'm telling you, them books, man, they was super popular in there, man. Super popular. Some dudes would take pictures out, man. Take a whole book with 150 pages and rip every page out, you know, meticulously, and sell a page of the book for $5. You know, somebody might see a particular girl on there that they like, and they'll sell them that page for $5. So you talking about, you know, you do the math, man. 150 page book, man, $5 per page. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, they making money off of that stuff in there, man. They was making plenty money off of it, and it's been like that my entire time being locked up. And you know, you got dudes that love them books, man. They live and die by them books, you know what I'm saying? And you got dudes that get them and rent them out, and they keep them in such pristine condition, but they'll still rent them out. And if you bring it back, you know, messed up, tore, ripped, anything, you got to purchase the whole book. You remember I told y'all about my beloved brother, man, Calvin Tucker, a mean, watch your mouth. Calvin Tucker will murk you, will take your life, will send you to the upper room behind one of them books, man. And that is a fact, you know, not fiction. And the police even knew that, you know, and that's how he did. He lived and died by them books. And he had stacks of them and stacks of them. And I told y'all they tried to confiscate his stuff one time, man, and he literally almost like took the major for hostage. He wanted his material back, you know. So yeah, them books is serious things in prison, man. They serious in prison, you know. Dudes treat them books, man, as if that's like they're a real woman, you know. And yeah, it's crazy. It get crazy in there. And I know these things coming to y'all out here in the free world and society. Y'all probably saying, man, what? Yeah, but we living in a different world. We living in a different time. You understand? So it's different in there. And these things it probably mean, you know, nothing to people out here on the street. You know, people out here might look at a book and throw it in the trash or something. Man, nah. In prison, that stuff is valuable material. You know, people have gotten hurt over these books. People have gotten maimed over these books. People have gotten killed over these books. Yes, I said killed. People have died over these books in prison. Yeah, that's how serious it is. Dudes have gotten stabbed over these books. Dudes have gotten brutally beaten over these books, you know, because, you know, like I say, in prison, everything is multiplied. You know, it's multiplied. It's like volume 10 in there. You know, what's small out here is great in there because we have so less of everything. So what you do have, you value, and you place even a higher value on them than what it is. I told people 1,000 times, I ain't never in my life, nowhere that I have ever been, that you can go purchase something that day for that price and go purchase it again next week and the week after, all for the same price. But if you purchase it each and every time that day that you leave and you get it from out the commissary, it automatically increases in value instead of depreciate. It increase. It appreciates. You understand me? I could go buy a 45 cent bag of chips And once it get to my cell, and for me to give it to somebody, it's times two. You know what I'm saying? It's times two. So stuff appreciates in prison because in value because of the lack of. You understand me? And pornographic material is considered premium material, man. You know, so it's gonna cost. It's gonna cost, man, and people take that stuff real serious. I've seen dudes, take off on the police over trying to take their books, man. Take off on them. I mean, get a charge. You can get a street charge. You can pop, all over books because the police want to confiscate their books. You understand? So police is and COs they be real cautious when they messing with them books in prison. And it takes a nasty one, and it's a lot of them that will actually just confiscate it from you and just want to take it just because he nasty and he want to, well, I know this gonna affect my. But they always, they proceed with caution. And usually when you got some handcuffs on, because they know dudes is gonna buck about it one way or another, even if they ain't saying nothing. Like, man, you that petty, man, you worrying about a book. It ain't nothing but a book, man. Well, you don't supposed to have it, Well, okay, all right, but it's a book, man. Come on, man. You act like I got a Bethlehem here. I got a knife or I got a gun or something. It's a book, man. Some pages, and they'll be like that though, man. And as time went on, before my bit was over, I was up there in the mountains, man, and they had some vicious stuff going on up there, man. I mean, vicious stuff up there. I'm telling y'all, worst place I ever been. But man, you had them police up there was literally bringing in books for a fee, of course, getting paid to bring them in, giving them to dudes that paid for them, and then they would double back and go tell some other officers to go confiscate them. Yeah, man, these are just crazy games they playing. They would tell another officer to go confiscate them. That other officer would confiscate them, shake them down a couple of days later, confiscate the books, take the books, and resell them to somebody else on the other side of the compound. You know what I'm saying? And this game would just go on and on and on until people got hip to what they was doing. And then you had people the inmates and convicts trying to get at them with the Bethlehem for playing with their money. You understand? So, yeah, dangerous, crazy stuff goes on in prison, man, every day. Stuff that y'all could not imagine. This is why I tell y'all these stories. Like I say, it's serious in there. It's a vicious life, man, and vicious world up inside them walls. And the things that go on in there, I couldn't even see some of the things that happen in there even happening out here because it's so consequential. It's of no consequence out here. Ain't nobody out here tripping off no porn magazines. Ain't nobody out here tripping off no nudie magazines. In prison, they tripping off of that stuff, and they serious about it, and will hurt you, about that. And so like I said, it's always been a thing, man. And dudes are even, sneaking dudes' cells, man, and steal books, try to steal the books. Dudes that borrow the books or rent the books will, try that flammery, that skullduggery, say, the police confiscate. Don't let nobody have your book and we go on lockdown. You let somebody have your book and we go on lockdown. When we go on lockdown, you heard dudes be hollering, man, send my books down here. Or send my book. Man, no. Man, the door's like, man, you better, hey, get somebody to bring my book. They want them because a dude would use that as an excuse when the people come down to shake down and we come off a lock and you go ask for your book. Man, he said, man, the police took the junk. Police ain't took nothing, man. They up in your cell, up under your mattress. You know what I'm saying? But they will pull all of that stuff, and you see dudes get to beefing about that. Dudes get to rumbling. And then you have snake cellies. Somebody might be one of your cellies. He might be sleeping right up under you. He might be a snake. He really don't like you. He really been wanting to get rid of you, but he's scared because he don't feel like he got no wins. So then, if you pull a stunt like that, he in the cell with you, he know what it is. He might double back and go tell the dude, yeah, man, he got your book, man. It's up in there, up under his bunk, man. Or he got it up in his locker, man. He got your book. Police ain't take that book. Just so that dude can go back to him knowing it's going to be some type of fireworks, some type of rumbling going on, maybe even Bethlehem play, and then he done got rid of you. You gone. You understand me? Because the first thing you going to tell him, look, man, don't tell him I told you. I'm just telling you, man, because I messed with you, right? But he's a snake. You know what I'm saying? He's a snake because Not to say what the dude is doing is wrong. He's stealing. You know, he pulling that flim flam. But this dude is a snake because he right up under you. And see, you got to be aware that snakes this around you. You know, he right up under you and he secretly want to get rid of you. So, you know, all of this, you know, this licensing that goes on in there, man, on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to digest, man. You know, when you get up, man, in the morning, you just got to put that armor on, man, that you know anything can happen. Anything might happen. Anything is very possible of happening today. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it be. But man, those books, man, and that porn stuff is crazy, man. Even all the way until I was on my way out the door. You know, I was on my way out the door, man. Oh, I could back up. I could even remember back in the day on Greensville. And with my last trip there on Greensville, not my last when I was in reentry, but prior to then, man, I can remember, man, when I was on there, and they had this thing out, man, because once we used to have we went from the Walkmans, we had the old Walkmans. We went from the Walkmans to CD players, right? And we went to CD players now. You know, I had been locked up so long, I ain't know what a CD player or a CD was. You know, yeah, that's just how long I had been gone. But when they came out with the CD players, just like everything else in prison, what they do is they want to promote their new item that they got, and they want to get paid off of it. So now they don't let you buy these Walkmans, you know, with your money, and you don't purchase them the correct way and everything. But then all of a sudden now, being that they're bringing in CD players, they're gonna eventually make the Walkman contraband. Now you can't have it. Now this contraband is something that you actually sold me. Now it's illegal for me to have it, just so I have to get rid of it so I can go purchase something else, because now I'm used to listening to music or the radio or whatever. This is the type of games that they play in there as well. So once they ushered in the CD players, which was crazy because, like I said, I had never seen one or didn't even know how one operated. But little did I know that, you know, you get a DVD player and a DVD disc is just like a CD disc. I had no idea. Man, you had dudes in there, they so slick, man. They have, you know, either paid somebody or got a CO somebody in there to find them DVD players that look exactly like our CD players. Exactly. And alter the top so it'll look just like it. And then they get the dudes that sneak them in CDs, man. CDs. And the CDs be, DVDs. And the DVDs be porn DVDs. You know? They pornos. They straight pornos. So now you'll have a dude that will have a DVD player with porn DVD, and he will lend it out or he'll rent it out. Or if he was smart, which a lot of them don't be, they'd be so excited and overzealous. But if they were smart, they would have always kept it to themselves. They could have keep it. But dudes always try to make money off of it. Once you start trying to make money off it and it gets out there, man, eventually somebody left out is going to, you know, shout out. You know, understand me? So, you know, loose lips sink ships, man. The more people know, the more at risk you are. So, man, it was going around, man. The dudes had DVD players, and they was had the porn on the DVD. So dudes is renting them and buying them, man. And you can always tell, when they're around, because somehow now you might have you got 60, 70 dudes in the party at night most of the time, and now you got some DVD players in there. You got that number to cut down dramatically. You got 15, 25 dudes out here every night. Why everybody in their cell? What's going on? Everybody in their cell because they got porn in their cell, you know. You had one dude, man, he had found out how to hook the DVD player to the TV. So you actually got porn on your TV, man. It was just insane, man. It was just crazy. Stuff that I had never even, you know, seen before up until this point. Yeah, but, you know, I had never seen it, but it was going down. It was going down, you know, and yeah, and you know, like I say, prison is full of gossip, you know, larceny, lies, you know, people, you know, they'll climb up a tree and lie on you instead of stay on the ground and tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? This is just what it is, because a bunch of that. So, you know, like I say, they can say anything about you, but I got to be honest with you too. The porn material, especially the books, man, and you know, like I say, it was the movies DVDs and stuff, they came, they was few and far in between. But man, the books, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I had a habit too, man. I had to have them, man. You know what I'm saying? I just got to be honest here, man. So that's something that somebody would, if they said it about me, man, I would have to confess. You know, I definitely had the books, man, for a minute, man. But I didn't get obsessive to the point where I was doing something. I never had to hurt nobody behind no book or did any had any type of altercations or like that with the book. I was the purchaser. You know what I'm saying? If they had a nice book that I looked at it, I liked, I would purchase it because I didn't want to be borrowing no book. I didn't want to be transferring books from hand to hand and all this and all of that. You know what I'm saying? If it was for sale, I would purchase it most definitely. I purchased plenty of them in my time, but believe me. But you know, even all the way to the point where I was ushering out of prison, man, before I had made parole, man, it was crazy because the DVD thing popped up again. You know what I'm saying? Which was really why I ain't gonna say where or when, you know, but it was like, well, it got exposed anyway. But man, this is how ingenious these dudes are in prison, man. Ingenious, man. So you just can go to the library, right, and you can rent a DVD player while you're in the library. You can get a DVD player, you got to rent it out, check it out or whatever, get headphones or whatever. And they got a couple of DVDs in there, like with different shows, like, you know, Sopranos and The Wire and Atlanta and all these little different shows. So you can, that we couldn't get on regular TV because we didn't have those stations. So if you had, you know, got on the list to go to the library, had a pass to go to the library, you could go in there, and if you got there in enough time, you could get the DVD player. They had a couple of them. You could rent them out, and you could go watch these DVDs and catch up on these shows or whatever, right? For about an hour or two that you was in the library. So some genius, you know, because there are many, many geniuses in prison. Some genius had got somebody to work somewhere down there where he found a whole box of blank CDs, right? Or DVDs, blank. This dude was smart enough where even when you get on the computer in prison, they was locked out. You couldn't get on the internet. It only had prison material on there. You couldn't, you know, process it through the internet. Well, they had some genius in there, and just like I guess what y'all call them out here in the streets, like hackers, he could hack through that. And he hacked through that and would get on there and get porn or look at porn. Now when he had these DVDs, these blank DVDs, what he did, I'm just explaining it to the way it was explained to me because I know nothing about this type of stuff, how to do this stuff. I'm not that smart. But he was able to burn the DVDs and record the porn and have them on DVDs. So now he's selling the DVDs to dudes. So dudes get wind of this, that he's selling the DVDs with porn on them. So dudes is even making requests of what porn they want. And he would get in there and he would burn the CD off and sell them the DVDs. And he's selling them for $250, $300 a pop. You know what I'm saying? So this dude is making guap, man. He making money like I don't know what. And all up under the noses of the whole administration, the libraries, they don't even know what's going on. But now you got an influx of people putting their name on the list to come to the library. So the library is being flooded and overwhelmed, you know, like what's going on? You know, like what's all this now? Everybody want to get educated, everybody want to read. No, everybody wanted to watch porn. So, you know, then the dudes who had purchased the DVDs, what they would do, they go down there and they'd be waiting, and then dudes come in there and they go rent the DVD player out, and then they rent a DVD, and then they'll come down there and watch and sit down, and the dude will come up to them with the DVD and, you know, give it to them for a price for 20 minutes or whatever and charge them. They'll take the DVD and go use the DVD, sneak off in the bathroom with the DVD. You know, come on back and check on out, and next man in line, man. They had a whole system going on in there, man, with all of this, man, just so a dude could have some type of porn in his life, man, or some type of sexual activities the only way that we could. You know what I'm saying? Which was crazy, but this is what was going on in there. And, you know, I think when I ended up leaving, it was going on till I left. When I ended up leaving, you know, by me being in touch and talking to people and stuff, man, I heard that, that joint had got busted, it got tore up, which I knew it wasn't going to last long anyway because, like I say, too many people knew. And once so many people know, and then you can just see the movement, you could watch the shift. You know, you might have 8, 9 dudes, you know, put their name on the library list to go to the library. You know, now you got 50, now you got 70, now you got 100 trying to go to the library, which the library ain't that big to even hold them type of people in, you know, that type of capacity. So, you know, things get to, you know, peaking up like, what's going on? So the administration gonna get aware, even if don't nobody get to talking, but somebody gonna always get to talking. Why? Because somebody gonna always feel left out. Somebody gonna feel like they couldn't get in there. They ain't had no money to pay nobody to watch it, and they couldn't see it. So, I'm gonna tell on everybody. That's how they do. And they just slip a little note in and just say, man, they watching porn down there in the library. You know, check the DVDs. Or, you know, all of that type of stuff be going on. Snakes, man. Snakes in the grass, man. Snakes in the grass. They out there, man. They out there, man. But yeah, but porn, man, like I say, has always been a big part of prison, just like it is in part of real life and society. But in prison, man, too, you know, like I say, it's tenfold. You know, dudes will hurt you behind that stuff in there, man. They will most definitely hurt you, even behind a piece of paper, my brother. A piece of paper is only paper, magazine. You can lose your life behind that in prison. Trust me. You know, dudes have came back in their cell and seen dudes, or came back early, thought they was going out for rec or went to a visit, came back early and caught dudes who went in their locker because they know they got books in there and brought their books out and looking at their books and commenced to putting it on. Bang, 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 because you invading his privacy. Dudes have came back and found that out and put that Bethlehem in somebody because they feel like, now you've been in my locker, you looking at my books, what else you looked at, what else you touched, what else you read, my personal mail, my, you know, addresses, man, all types of foolishness and larceny go on, man. Dudes will get your mail and write your people when he get transferred away from you and act like he, you know, that you gave him this information. Yeah, man, it's a vicious game in there, man. It's a vicious game in there. You got to be on your P's and Q's at all times, man, because the larceny, the flammery, the skullduggery is at an all-time high in prison. All-time high. And it's vicious, man. It's a vicious life, man. But anyway, man, I just wanted to drop that on y'all. Yes, man. Yes, yes, yes. Porn is a great part of prison, you know, where you should expect that because you're dealing with the people that's probably the most sexually frustrated on the planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, porn is of great value in there, man. You know, but I just wanted to talk to y'all about that just to inform you. Another piece of information for all you young kings and queens who planning on, you know, living your life and doing what you want to do out here and accomplishing things. That ain't going to happen, man. If you put yourself in a position to go to prison, you're going to be without all of these things that you love, you know, all of these things that you love. And I'm quite sure that's going to be high on the list. So, you know, it's a blessing in every lesson here, man. And the blessing is you never got to look at a magazine. You never got to be fighting nobody over no book, no paper, no material. Stay out here with the real thing. Stay out here with the real thing and enjoy your life, man. And you never put yourself in those positions, man. But I just wanted to drop that on y'all real fast, man. I hope y'all got something out of that. Some of y'all may got some giggles and laughs, man, but it's real life in there, man. It's real life in there. You got to get it how you got to get it how you live. And that's how they live it, you know. So y'all be safe out there. Y'all be smart. Make good decisions, man. Peace and love always. Thanking each and every one of y'all, man, to rock with me, to subscribe to me. We got some more coming at you in a minute, so stay there. Boom, 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 boom. And duck them hooks. Stay on the street, man. Very important.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young.
I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.